When the shoes come off and you sit back on the couch and talk with a friend, stuff comes out. And so I was sitting around talking with my friend Chris after a show, and we were trading war stories, stage stories. So I thought that I would share some with you today. Now, if you're landing here today, you either know who I am and you are looking for tips for surviving on stage when your brain gets hijacked. You know how to get your nerves functioning well enough to make it through a rehearsal or a performance or some uncomfortable situation. Either those or an algorithm has gone rogue and you have just landed here to see what the universe has in store for you today. My name is Sally Galloway, and I am a vocal coach, a mindset and confidence coach for singers. I'm a music director, and by day, I am a mental health coach. As someone who lost their parents in my teens, I know what it feels like to be scared to speak up for yourself or even use your voice just to contribute ideas. I was scared about being judged by people whose approval I felt I needed for my survival. I watched a beautiful, talented, and smart woman play small and check out of life because she didn't have the courage to speak up for what mattered to her. I'm talking about my mom. Now I'm on a mission to help people find their voice, to show up powerfully on stage and off stage, in their work and in their homes, and for my singing friends to get on stage, to have fun, to say yes to opportunities, and to have an impact that's meaningful. No one's voice deserves to be unheard. No one deserves to shrink from their life with their song unsung. In this video, I want to share with you a few of my most embarrassing moments that my friend Chris said, "What? That happened to you?" Because I want to find out what resonates with you and how my overcoming those challenges and mistakes might help you elevate your own experience so you can do more and be more of what you love. Now, I've got some tools to offer as well, and I'm asking you to listen to these examples and identify what your biggest challenges are, because I want to find out what I can offer you. What keeps you up at night? And if it's related to singing and performing, okay. If it's stuff that shows up off stage, at work, in relationships, or something else, please let me know. You can post a comment below, or you can write to me through my website. Now, if you haven't heard my story, my mother died when I was 19 years old. She and I were very close. I was the last person she spoke with, and when she died, I lost my footing and my grounding in the world. I really got off track. She had been my biggest champion and cheerleader, and when I no longer had her as my guiding light, I lost confidence and I floundered for a lot of years. She had seen me through several performance anxiety situations while I was growing up. Just get in there, stay there, be present. Now, like perhaps many of you, I took piano lessons when I was little. Story number one. I remember in one of my recitals, I had memorized the Mozart Sonata in C. And I remember getting to a particular section and totally blanking out. But I sat still on my bench, hands hovering over the keys for a moment in time that probably lasted a few seconds, but it felt like 5 minutes. I just sat there. My mind was racing, and I felt all eyes on me, sure that I was a complete failure. I didn't belong there, and I wasn't good enough to participate. Then I remember I took a couple of breaths, and I started playing scales. I really didn't know what else to do, but I just felt like I had to keep going. My fingers moved on the keys until they remembered where they were supposed to go. And later, I would look back on that event and realize that I was on autopilot. I wasn't paying attention, and my drifting led to a blank out. Has that ever happened to you? Eventually, I got back on track. I finished the sonata. The rest of the evening was a blur. I don't remember it at all, but I remember that feeling of fear and powerlessness that has never disappeared. I wonder if you can relate to that in any of your performances. The muscle memory is still there. I can still play it by memory. Then there was the time that I was supposed to be an MC for my elementary school's 6th grade show in front of the whole school. I threw up on my walk to school, and I turned around and I ran home, proverbial tail between my legs. And my mother was there, and she offered me some words of wisdom. She got me course corrected. I went to school. I did my job and I got lots of kudos and encouragement and acknowledgement afterwards. It was a huge lesson in recognizing that you can feel two different ways at the same time. And you can be excited and nervous. And that anxiety can inspire you to be more prepared and to make powerful choices that lead to confidence and competence. I did a video about that incident and its lessons. Check out that video for my mother's words of wisdom. The link is somewhere on the screen. Then there was the time I sang in a talent show in 9th grade. Are you noticing that these are all when I was young? The whole time I was singing, I was so self-critical and I hated my performance. When I was done with the song, I simply walked off stage. I did not bow. I didn't acknowledge the audience. And I felt horrible. It took years before I felt comfortable singing in front of anyone again. I hadn't even done a poor job. I just didn't do well enough for myself. And it was happening because someone had told me that my voice wasn't good enough to sing a solo. Perfectionism doesn't always result in something better. Now, finally, there was the time when I was on an international competition stage. This is when I was an adult, and my feet forgot where I was supposed to be moving across the stage, and I simply ran behind the rest of the people on stage. I'm still in the front row, but I ran behind my friends, and I hid until I could remember what I had practiced for months. Now, I don't know if any of these sound familiar to you and your experience, but what I do know is that we all have moments in our lives that did not go perfectly. And I wonder if you're still beating yourself up for anything that you wish you had done differently. As a mental health coach, I teach people how to use their brains better and regulate their nervous systems so they get more of what they want out of life. You become more on purpose about what you design for yourself. So I help people to like themselves more so they can be, do, and have what's more important to them. And I can help you make sense of what's in your way so you can shift it or learn to embrace the fact that you cannot control anything or anyone outside of yourself. You can move forward and towards what you say you want. I wholeheartedly and fervently invite you to like this video, share it with somebody who's coming to mind who might want some support, and remember to subscribe so that you get additional videos next week. And also, post your comments below about what this brings up for you. What do you remember? What are the memories that you wish the events hadn't happened? And then finally, please go to my website, sallygalloway.com, and sign up for my newsletter so we can stay in touch. You'll get the announcements of things to come that are directly related to what you need. Now, here's my vulnerable plea. I would truly love to hear more about the challenges you are facing or have faced. I obviously am just like you. I've got some tools in my toolbox I would love to share. I want to create something that is meaningful to you, something that will shift and change your experience from scared to confident. I want to know what bugs you, what you would like to be different about your own experience of life on or off the stage. And I want to be that one for you like my mom was for me. I hope to hear from you soon. In case no one has told you today, you do make a difference in this world. And your voice means something and is music to someone's ears. It might even be your own. Please keep showing up in the world. The world benefits from your authentic voice.